Hey friends, welcome back to AI Empowered, the complete guide to AI for your personal and professional lives. So we just talked about how we can expand our AI leadership in a team setting to collaborate across a team with AI. But I want to drive home another kind of collaboration with AI that I think is just a core piece that you need to incorporate into your mindset when approaching AI so that you can really unlock the potential of this powerful technology. And that's thinking of AI as a collaborative partner itself. I've touched on this throughout the different modules that we've done up until this point, that we're going to be working with AI. We're not using AI. But this whole module is going to be about how we can really think of it as a collaboration partner that is suited exactly to our needs so we can really excel and enhance our lives. So this partnership mindset is a shift that transforms AI from just an external tool to a real collaborator, and how elite professionals are really using it in this way to really enhance their natural capabilities. That is really a foundational piece for you to move forward with AI. This is going to serve you no matter how much AI changes. You're going to be able to work alongside this powerful technology and bring your own perspective to it and just get back so much more than you give it. So at the end of this video, you're going to know how to master that partnership and transform your AI use so that you have a dedicated, tireless expert collaborator with you at every aspect of your life. I see true AI partnership involving this collaborative problem solving where human strategic thinking combines with AI's sort of technical capabilities. The best professionals are breaking through into this next level of AI interaction and creating that competitive advantage through that partnership as they approach every part of their lives with AI's enhancing capabilities. This mindset separates those top performers from the leaders in this space. So really try to cultivate the idea that AI can be a collaborator in almost every area if you want it to be. This partner-based collaboration mindset creates this really big opportunity for you to exceed individual human capability while enabling breakthrough innovations impossible through the other tools that you've been using in your career up to this point. So I'm going to dive into some ways in which we can work with AI in hopes that it helps you develop this idea that AI is not a tool to be used, but a type of intelligence to communicate with and to collaborate with. So partner-based AI collaboration requires that systematic approach to joint problem solving that can combine human intuition and judgment and creativity with that AI technical capability, which we discussed earlier. So some areas that you can problem solve with AI are joint analysis. So collaborate with AI to examine problems from multiple angles and identify comprehensive solutions and approaches. Use it to iteratively refine your process. So build solutions through an ongoing dialogue, keeping in mind that context window and some of the prompting techniques that we've developed so that you can combine long-term insights that you've developed with AI over a longer time frame that you're working with to develop your career, products, and different applications. You can start to have perspective integration into your AI use. So we discussed earlier like role playing and things, but you can explore perspectives and considerations that you might miss individually by working with AI. And then finally, a really interesting area of AI collaboration is creative synthesis. So combine that human creativity and direction with AI's pattern recognition to generate completely new creative works. So one example of this is if you have deep knowledge of any kind of like artist and their work, and you want to draw some inspiration from that and apply it into a totally new area like poetry or image generation. And I'm not talking about stealing their work, but just using the idea that this type of work exists and you can synthesize it through AI and to form something e- entirely new, guided by your creative vision. How can we enhance this collaborative problem-solving process? So partner with AI to thoroughly understand these challenges and complexity and its context. Then move on to perspective generation. So use AI to explore everything that you might be missing and then work towards solutions. So collaboratively develop comprehensive solutions through this iterative learning and dialogue. And then implement planning. So partner with AI to create practical implementation strategies for the things that you've been working alongside them with. I want to talk about another area of AI collaboration that really feels like your mind is expanding and you're becoming much more capable and intelligent. That's when you enhance your own cognitive abilities and your learning with AI. So you're increasing the amount of which you can think about, the amount of which you can learn and process, because you're putting some of the load onto AI and allowing them to give you insights directly that apply to you so that you can learn things extremely quickly. It multiplies that human cognitive capability rather than replaces it by creating exponential thinking capacity through the technology of AI. So let's think about analytical amplification. So use AI to enhance your analytical capabilities while maintaining that strategic oversight. Think about how your creativity expands by exploring all these new different approaches to the work that you're doing, and partner with AI to explore creative possibilities beyond individual human imagination. Knowledge integration into this process is key because it combines your expertise with AI's comprehensive information on that subject and the sources that it has available to it for research. Finally, the perspective multiplication can really cover those blind spots and help you diversify your own perspective by adding in the different personas that you've developed to cover the entire range of things to consider when it comes to whatever you're doing with AI. So think about these amplification techniques as strategic thinking partners, creative brainstorming, analytical deep dives, and decision support. So AI can do these and many more as you develop this partnership with understanding the capabilities that it has to augment your own sort of thinking. So really try to enhance what you can learn by using AI as a vector of that knowledge to really help you to absorb the information and apply it into the work that you are doing. So I've talked a lot about iterative refinement and this sort of idea of continuous improvement with AI, but you can actually use AI as a partner in this process as well. So partner with AI to collaborate and thrive with ongoing innovative development that builds sophisticated solutions that change with the dynamic needs of your job and your life. So have this continuous dialogue by maintaining ongoing conversations that build an understanding and develops over time. That involves managing that context window as well as your context database and refreshing the data that you're giving it on you and the things that you're doing so that it can really act as a strategic partner. Think about progressive refinement. So build complexity through that iterative development rather than expecting perfect initial results. Have that systematic approach of giving AI what it needs and continually feeding it the right information so that you can really get that refinement as you go forward. So you're growing alongside AI. Think of this as a relationship with technology. You're developing a collaborative relationship and it becomes more effective through a sustained interaction. And I think it's healthy to think about this interaction as like a relationship with anyone else in your life. You deepen the bonds of your relationship by spending time talking with and understanding each other. So think about AI in the same way, in that you approach it by spending time working with AI, learning from it, it's learning from you. You're developing this way of working together and you understand each other better through that process. It's a really powerful way to think about relationships in general, but think about your relationship with technology and how this technology is a form of intelligence that can learn from you as well. So start with some initial exploration of these ideas and then progressively develop your relationship and see how you're growing alongside it. You'll find that you unlock the next level of ability with AI once it understands you better and once you understand it better. So this mindset shift is really key to becoming AI empowered. And I know that may seem like sort of a buzzword, but my goal with these videos and with this channel is to really empower individuals with this technology because it is powerful. So really think about how you're developing your relationship with it. And I know that's a very personal thing. So take it at your own pace. See where you can grow small and go big. Have that progressive approach and then refine things. I've said this process a few times, but it's really key to learning any kind of technology. But with AI, you're going to be working with it, and it's going to be a mind-blowing experience to be working with an intelligence like this. I started out this module series by talking about what AI isn't, and I'm still clear that AI is not another person. It is computing, but it is intelligence in that it does have a memory and it does have cognitive ability. So you will find that it can trick you, and they're designed to trick you into thinking that they are people with feelings and judgments and all these things. You have to walk the line of understanding what it is and also understanding that it does have some of the abilities that we think of as intelligence. Understand that relationship, and it's going to be harder and harder to differentiate those two sides of things, but just try to understand how you work with AI, how you're comfortable working with AI, and deepen those relationships as the capability grows. I think probably the most powerful form of collaboration with AI really moves into strategic decision-making partnership. This partnership transforms a regular decision-making process to one where you have this access to a collaboration partner that you can always go to and workshop your perspective, your ideas, how you want to approach things, and make better decisions. So think about a decision framework that you can develop that partners with AI to create that systematic decision-making framework for yourself and your needs. Think about building comprehensive analysis. Use AI to examine complex decisions from multiple perspectives. Identify risks that you may have missed. Collaborate with AI through risk analysis and mitigation strategies so that you can better approach situations and reduce the risks that you're always exposed to in certain situations. And then scenario planning. You can really partner with AI to explore different paths of scenarios that could be outcomes from the decisions that you make. So having this holistic approach to making decisions with AI can really empower you to come to the table with a really clear view of all the different paths that you have to go down and pick the right one for you, your career, your life, your business, whatever it may be. You know, having that strategic foundation is a really good jumping off point, and it steers the way that you live your life, and it really allows you to mitigate a lot of risks and avoid a lot of consequences that you may if you're just going at it alone. So the strategic partnership can act in the form of business strategy, investment decisions, career planning, innovation strategy. And those are just a few examples. There's many more of which you can talk to AI and get a better approach to the things that you're dealing with in your life. Finally, I want to talk to you about how AI can really enhance your natural creativity. AI is not inherently a creative technology. It generates things, but you might notice that purely AI generated content made from a generic prompt lacks soul. It lacks sort of this depth of humanity that exists in creativity that comes from humans. I understand that's a critique of AI, but I think it's an opportunity for us to think about that. That is a beautiful and wonderful strength that humanity has that we can leverage when using AI. So we can bring that to the table and use AI's naturally generative abilities to really create things that we have in our sort of creative vision or our imagination. It's a bit tricky to talk about because creativity is so personal. And when you work with AI with creative visions, you might find yourself frustrated because it just doesn't have the capability to fully see your vision to reality. But I don't think that's necessarily what this is about. It's about enhancing your own creative abilities. So work with AI as that sort of creative collaboration partner. Explore thoughts with AI, really put your creative vision into the chatbot and understand what your perspective is. And it'll give you a reflection back of all of the different information it's trained on in a creative sense. And it'll help you develop your ideas. So you coming at this creative approach on, let's say, a piece of artwork with a much better understanding of your vision. It can only enhance your creativity if you start to think about things more deeply. I really urge you to play around with creation ideation, innovation development, like artistic collaboration. Talk about what other artists are doing, problem solving, creativity. Develop this relationship where you're solving problems in your art with AI. So it's telling you how you can maybe overcome some of the challenges that you have in creating art and really empowering you to create the thing that you have in your mind. And I think a lot of artists face this hurdle of creating because there's a big barrier of effort that goes into from the idea to actually creating the thing. Try to find where AI can fit into that process to really smooth out that sort of journey from idea to actually having some creative output. Finally, think about this as a process. Share your vision with AI. Workshop and communicate that idea so that you're approaching the creation with a more holistic approach. See where you can fit AI into that process to make things easier for you to create your vision. Refine that idea so that your creation becomes easier and easier for you to go from idea to product, and then implement support for AI so that it's really serving your needs in the best way possible with your process of how you're creating things. So that creative collaboration is really key for your personal life and your creative endeavors, but also for your imagination and your creativity that you bring to what you do at work. Your ideas are powerful and you have visions of how to do things better in your jobs. Bring that into your personal work, your team environment, your organization, and really use AI to empower that leadership and that creative vision. So I want to talk just a bit about how we can craft the quality and effectiveness of this relationship. So successful AI partnership, it just requires a different approach to technology because it is a relationship. You want to maintain an understanding of the technology and how it can help you and how you need to provide what it needs so that it can help you. It's all about communication. Like communication is so integral in business. As a project manager, I deeply understand how most problems that arise are rooted in a miscommunication. So really think about how that applies to your AI relationship. So really try to communicate effectively. So deliver clear communication and patterns to enable effective AI partnership. Take the results that you get from AI and feed it back into AI and tell it what it needs to change in order to serve you better. Focus on the quality standards that you expect from a partnership of any kind. So communicate effectively so that they understand exactly what you need. So there's no room for veering off into some different direction that you actually didn't want to go in. And then develop that relationship, continuously enhance the partnership by understanding how you're working together, understanding your strengths and weaknesses and its strengths and weaknesses, and augment each other so that you're both achieving a better result than if you're just working alone. This is a really key piece to this AI transformation journey. It's a mindset change and a change management piece for your organization. you need this mindset to change before you can really effectively work with AI. And I say work with AI because you really are developing that relationship. You're not using AI. And I think that's where a lot of people and organizations go wrong is they expect this tool to be used and to just create the perfect outcome that they're looking for. But like any relationship, it takes work to develop. It takes an understanding of each other to really get the most out of that relationship and grow each other and have this mutually beneficial arrangement. So think about that when you're working with AI and you're really going to unlock that next level. So those key points are the mindset evolution, transform from tool-based thinking to true partnership collaboration. Develop that partnership by building systematic collaborative relationship AI systems. Integrate capabilities so that you can combine human strengths and AI strengths and cover each other's weaknesses. And then really unlock that exponential performance, achieve that breakthrough result that you can share with others so that they can understand the power that AI has in your role and in the organization. And then you can just continuously drive value as you find new ways to work with AI and use new tools to enhance all of your capabilities. So I hope you learned something about how to think about working with AI. It's a really important piece that is at the foundation of this whole transformation journey. You need to start to think about AI as that collaborative partner. It's easy to become frustrated with AI outputs when it doesn't give you the exact thing that you need. It's not magic. And if you ask for it to be magic, you're going to be disappointed. But I think if you start to interact with AI as somebody who can always be there for you to help you through whatever you're going through in your personal life or career, it's just going to enhance your ability to tackle all of these challenges, just like a good partner, a good collaborator would do. So best of luck collaborating with AI. This is a really important area that I think needs to be developed a lot more in terms of how we speak about this. Share this with anyone you want. Tell me what you think below in the comments on how you interact with AI, any collaboration opportunities that I've missed, anything that you think about this new form of communication and partnership in our lives. Take a look at the description for more links about myself. I've written some books about integrating AI into our personal and professional lives. And just join my community. I want to hear from you. I want to follow along on your journey. So let me know what you're thinking. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks.